Hello, good morning. Good morning. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Good morning to you. Welcome to season 3, episode 9. Little baby said no comment. Um, I just want to just say thank you for your love and your support. For the folks that don't know, there's just a lot that's going on. Life is lifing, and people's peopling, and we just need to love on one another. Love is the highest frequency, and we have to honor the three keys: accountability, transparency, and integrity. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so, good morning. I see you, sis, in the comments. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And thank you. And I'm so proud of you, Dr. Lewis, for all that you are doing and contributing to the space. I'm so excited to reconnect with you when the time is right. But I'm just so proud of you, and I'm back. I'm back, and I'm here for it. So listen here. We have an interesting show today. I'm not going to be here before you long. There's just a couple of things that I want to update you on, and so that we can move forward with how we have to do things. And so you already know how we get started here. We're going to get started with our disclaimers. But before that, let's do our church announcements. Um, I've seen a lot of conversations that are taking place on social spaces, and I'm seeing a lot of discord that continues to brew. And I just wonder, at what point is enough enough? Okay. I am just very curious as to when will we decide that we're going to do better. And it's all of us. Like, we are the village. And the shootings that I'm seeing in the community, the discord that is happening between families, we have to make an intentional choice to do better and be better. Because I keep just thinking about our children. Our organization is fighting to ensure that our children have safe spaces on the internet, and the challenges that they're doing this summer, right before school ended, the children were making threats that they were going to strike their teacher. That's the reality. You had children bringing guns to school. Are, are we going to do backpack checks? Well, the solution about the cell phones is going to checkthecellphone.com. And so that's my church announcement. Now, before we go ahead and get to all this other stuff that we got going on, because I got to tell y'all about Lynn Gray. She done got caught up, and that's a whole nother situation. But we have to do better, folks. We have to do better. So let's go ahead and roll the clip because, yeah, here's the disclaimers. Thank you, church members, as we have additional announcements and disclaimers that require your full attention. I am a certified snitch and whistleblower that reports on what is happening in our community. Like I always say, people lie, receipts don't. With that stated, the content used in this programming is protected under fair use. In addition, the views and opinions on this programming belong to me. I hold myself accountable and prioritize accuracy and truthfulness in my communications. So unless you have receipts, don't start with me. God is still working on me. I love the block button to protect my peace, and I desire to snitch on everybody, including me. Thank you for your attention, and govern yourselves accordingly. Amen. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are snitching on everyone,
Snitch.
including me. Okay. So please govern yourselves accordingly with this. Um, So there's some investigations that we've been working on. If you haven't seen the last episode of Morning Teen Allegations, I highly recommend that you catch up on what we were talking about. But we were investigating an employee, Timothy Delgado. And so the district has responded to my records request. And so I want to tell you how the conversation went. So they desire $35.74 to fulfill the request. All I was trying to find out if Timmy was held accountable for his inappropriate actions and conduct. Okay. A local reporter also reached out to the district about this records request. And so I'm just very curious to see how this will all come together. So I'll be seeing the district, giving them this money because I really want to know if there was an OPS investigation filed on Timothy for his inappropriate conduct. All right. The next thing that we've been looking into is the leadership change at Dr. K. Patel High School. So there were a few employees that had reached out and had filed a grievance to notify us about the climate and culture at that particular school. Now, Marlene, she has since left. She's no longer the principal at the school. We're trying to figure out why. So we did a records request, and so we wanted to know the personnel data and the OPS records on the principal, the former principal at Dr. K. Patel High School. And we also wanted to know if there were any surveys that were conducted about the climate and culture that was collected by the educators and the staff. We also had wanted emails sent and received with a specified time frame because I was intentionally looking into an incident that I don't want to get into right now in this present moment. But the district responded with the following. So for the personnel records, they stated that they do not keep any records of charter school staff. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is because it's good to know because parents have reached out to me about things that have happened at a charter school and would need to know how to secure records on that particular school. So, if you need records at charter schools, you need to intentionally request it at that school. I found that out in this process. The surveys, that they do not collect any surveys unless they're undergoing a contract renewal. And so since the school has been, in inception, they haven't had a survey or was required to turn in a survey. So there's no receipts that would document any type of survey that was done at the school, which is very interesting because public schools are required. Let me not go there. With the emails, they stated that with the public records request, that the emails, what I'm requesting would be $71.36. And that they calculated this by the hourly rate of the person that will be pulling, organizing, and redacting the records. And so they've given me two options to run the check. Okay. Hours later, I received an update email, and the email stated that they have a new updated cost and it's $64.99. So maybe I got a discount, baby. I don't know.
Snitch.
But anywho, so I reached out to one of my community partners, and we're gonna get these receipts because it's really, really important. For the folks that are in Patreon, you would have first access to this information because I appreciate you for supporting this work and love you very, very much for your support. So, now to Lynn Gray, who, child, whew, okay. So, Lynn Gray, who, girl, if you missed what I said in the last episode, I highly recommend that you check it out. Okay, Mercury's in Micro Braids, and it's where all podcasts are available. You can also see it on YouTube and Twitch. And so, for all my people over there, hi, I love you and thank you. So, Channel 10, they did a records request on messages from school board members. And guess who got caught slipping again? It
Snitch.
was none other than your girl, Lynn Gray. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you because I want you to actually listen and watch the report yourself. Okay, because like I say, people lie, receipts don't. Mhm. And here we go.
On 10 Tampa Bay, Hillsborough County School Board member found texting during a meeting about how she planned to vote to close Just Elementary School in West Tampa. And 10 Investigates Emerald Morrow joins us now with what she's uncovered. Emerald?
Dave, through a public records request, 10 Investigates got a copy of a text message school board member Lynn Gray sent to all of her fellow board members during the meeting, telling them exactly how she planned to vote.
And it passes with 4 members stating yes.
Elementary on May 9th, and it was a contentious vote as the community was fighting to keep the school open. Board member Lynn Gray was the swing vote initially, expressing at an April meeting she wanted to keep the school open, but then later sided with the superintendent to close it. But after filing a public records request for all of the text messages sent to and from board members that night, or both nights, I should say, we got this message Lynn Gray sent to the entire school board, telling them how she planned to vote. And the text reads, quote, "I am done. My vote is yes," end quote. This was sent at 7:13 p.m. and that's as the school board was discussing whether to close the school, but they didn't vote until about 7:40. And after that, the frustrated audience got up and left. Experts with the First Amendment Foundation say this could violate Sunshine Law and jeopardize the board's decision.
Think it is a violation, but the second question then is, does it invalidate the vote, and does it need to be cured, legally speaking, to corroborate or validate the vote?
That night was a very heavy and vocal night for African Americans trying to fight to save a school, and for her to do that was a lack of trust.
We reached out to board member Gray and she told us no comment. However, we did hear from a school district spokesperson who told us that Ms. Gray says she inadvertently sent a message to a group text that is used for announcements or scheduling purposes with board members. And she adds there was no attempt to sway any board member to change their vote, and the votes remain the same. Emerald Morrow, 10 Investigates.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Snitch.
So if you didn't see the receipt, this was the message. I am done. My vote is yes. Now, if you look at the timestamp here, okay, that was at 7:13. So this was active. This was while the school board meeting was happening that she sent this message in this group chat. And so we have talked about sunshine violations here on this programming, and we have documented it with receipts on how some of these school board members do not like to comply with the laws. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. So in 2020, when we sat here and told you that Lynn Gray should not be an elected school board member, next time, please listen to us. Okay. Teaching for the Culture has one of the best school board political forums in the nation. Okay? Our school board forums are top notch, and we do our research and we get the receipts. Okay? Um so with that being said, she did issue a statement, and I just want to show you the receipt. Um Lynn said no comment, but of course the district had to try to clean this up because now people are inquiring about the situation, because now there's questions of, all right, so this was a very, very highly contentious vote about the closing of this elementary school. And you are sending messages as an elected school board member to other school board members while the school board meeting is occurring, while you're on the dais. And the district had to send a message on your behalf because you said no comment. And I just want to address the following in part. So it says Ms. Gray says she inadvertently sent a message to a group text that is used for announcements or scheduling purposes with board members. Ms. Gray says that there was no attempt to sway any school board member to change their vote. In fact, the votes remain exactly the same between the first and second recordings. So now, school board member Gray has now opened this entire school board into a whole nother liability because of her text messages. And so this is why I say y'all need to be intentional with your school board members and your elected officials and who you hold accountable, and hope that they operate with the three keys: accountability, transparency, and integrity. That goes for me. We're all that we got. We are a village. So the more that we get this concept, the more that we understand that our actions have consequences, and that the more that we work together in a village model, the more that we all can thrive and be successful. The more that we dismantle white supremacy and capitalism and just all of these things that are just rooted in evilness, maybe we can move forward and talk about these issues to best impact our children, because our children are on TikTok trying to be influencers because these algorithms have captured our children's attention. So I have some things to do, and I thank you for continuing to support us in this work. Please hold your school board members accountable. Period. Point blank. Hold yourself accountable. I'm holding myself accountable. So this is why I'm getting off live and doing what I need to do. But I love you so much. Thank you for your support. I'm so excited for the new episodes that will be launching. So please make sure that you check out that. Check thecellphone.com. Great resource. There are presentations already available for free that you can get access to learn about airdrop and the things that children were sending in and out the classroom. It's just a lot of things happening that I need parents, caregivers, the community, the village, all of us to be intentional with this, because our children are the future and we need all hands on deck. So with that being said, you know how I'm going to close with this. To please govern yourselves accordingly, and to do not starteth what ye cannot finish. Okay? Amen, 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 amen. And thank you again for your love and support. It means everything. And I will see y'all on the next episode. Peace. Oh, I was supposed to have it up. Oh, no. But here it is right now. Bye. This podcast is sponsored by Make Snitching Great Again. MSGA, baby. Enough is enough. And it's time for accountability, transparency, and integrity. It's time to snitch. Save 10% by using coupon code PettyB. Visit us online by visiting snitchwithus.com.
Snitch.
Now back to the broadcast.